call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and the invocation following. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, please bless our elected officials. Grant them the wisdom to know and the courage to do what is right for all citizens. Amen.
Amen. Roll call, please.
Allen. Here. Green. Here. LaFour.
Here.
Mistravich.
Here.
Ricks.
Here.
Warren.
Here.
Yark.
Here.
Good to see everybody here again tonight. Approval of minutes for the City Council meeting of May 16th would be in order.
Motion.
Support.
Any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also have need for approval of the City Council budget workshop from May 16th. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Support.
Any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We also have the City Council budget workshop of May 23rd. Is there a motion for those minutes?
So move. Support.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion on those minutes? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. We move on to audience comments on any non-agenda items. Anybody like to address City Council? We will move on. Adoption of agenda, Mr. City Manager, any changes?
No changes.
City Council, any changes?
No.
Motion to accept the agenda as presented would be in order.
So moved. Support.
What's been made and supported? Is there any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Is there a motion for the consent agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. There's no discussion on the motion. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. We move on to items for consideration, which there are three this evening. First one being consideration of lot split combination request, David and Susan Foster. Mr. City Manager?
City Council is scheduled to consider approving a lot split combination request from David and Susan Foster for parcels they currently own adjacent to their residence at 69894 Circle Lane. Mr. and Mrs. Foster own a 38-acre parcel that has access to Circle Lane, as well as a 5-acre parcel that's landlocked. They have three kind of lot split combination requests before you, kind of three actions. We've grouped it under one motion. The first would be to split off 0.6 acres from that 38-acre parcel and put it with their homestead. The second would the first would be to split off that 0.6 acres from the large 38-acre parcel. The second would be to combine the 0.6 acres with their homestead on Circle Lane. And then action 3 would be to combine the two larger parcels into one. The result of all three of these actions is to create three conforming parcels. Both the applicant and our assessor, Colleen Cargo, are here tonight if you have any questions.
Okay, very good. Is there a motion before discussion?
I'll make a motion to approve the three lot combination actions requested by Dave and Susan Foster for the appropriate parcels and with the actions described below.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. David, did you want to address council at all on this issue? Okay.
If there's questions, I'll answer, but
Yeah.
otherwise, you guys go on, please.
Okay, very good. Colleen, was there anything that you needed to add to this?
Not unless you had questions.
Okay. Council, any questions? Looks like the right thing to do. We have some landlocked there, and it looks like you're making your residence a little larger, the original on Circle Lane.
Actually, my father, when he built his garage, it was on the back lot, and so it was non-conforming for encroachment. So by doing this, it makes it
Yeah.
legal.
Anything else? Any other audience comments? Back to the table. All in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. There you go, David. Moving on to item number 2 is consideration of Richmond Lennox EMS sewer work. Mr. City Manager.
The City Council is scheduled to consider approving sanitary sewer work with Kerrigan Development on behalf of the Richmond Lennox EMS. Recently, EMS Director Jeff White and their engineer from AEW approached city administration about the possibility of working together to extend the city's sanitary sewer line from the current ending point at the eastern edge of the Meadow Lodge property across the front of their property to the western edge. This would extend our sanitary sewer on Division Road with a 12-inch line all the way to the end of the city limits. It would allow Richmond Lennox EMS to have a gravity sanitary sewer system, as well as shorten the length that the VFW need to pump their sewer. As we mentioned at a previous budget workshop, kind of the timing is the key here. We didn't have a lot of time trying to work with both Richmond Lennox EMS on their schedule as well as the Meadow Lodge project due to the fact that their contractor's probably getting ready this week or next to start that project. With that being said, we did get quotes from 2 of the contractors that are working in Richmond this summer. Meadow Lodge's contractor for their underground Kerrigan was the low bid. It will also, going with them, will assist kind of the coordination of everything since they'll be doing the work for Meadow Lodge and some of the sewer and underground work already, as well as installing the driveway. And so by doing this, we hope to kind of prevent either the city or Richmond Lennox EMS from coming back right after all of the improvements are made by Meadow Lodge and tearing through them. So with that, our recommendation is to approve the sewer work as quoted by Kerrigan.
Very good, thank you. Is there a motion before discussion?
I make a motion to approve the quote from Kerrigan Development in the amount of $37,285 to extend the city's sanitary sewer line along Division Road to the west, with the understanding that Richmond Lennox EMS will pay back the city.
Support.
Most have been made and supported. Is there any discussion?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
I appreciate Richmond Lennox working with us. I think this made sense. I mean, it's just a matter of, getting their project together and Meadow Lodge. And, I think this is how government should work. We're trying to make common sense decisions and having it all come together. Obviously, I think we'll end up doing it for a little cheaper, and then Richmond Lennox, them, stepping up and saying they're going to pay for it anyway. We'll all work together for success.
Anybody else?
I just have a question on, the different payback methods. Do we have to have that legally drawn up?
Yes, and actually what you'll have is the Richmond Lennox EMS contract will probably be in front of you at the next meeting. And I know at the budget workshop where we talked about that, there was kind of at least general consensus that we could do something like forego payments to Richmond Lennox EMS and then transfer those funds from the general fund to the sewer fund. So Jeff White and his attorneys for Richmond Lennox EMS are redrafting the contracts to reflect that for your consideration at the next meeting.
Just want to make sure everything's tied up and that we're not doing something that's really not supposed to be done as far as transferring these funds.
Yep.
Okay.
Anything else? Any audience comments? Back to the table. I think it's good business. They've been a strong supporter of our community for a number of years, working with Lennox and Richmond Township with the ambulance service. And of course, the VFW is also going to get a benefit from this. So it's a loan, so we can get it done in a timely fashion. Why not? Makes good sense, as it's already been stated. So you got to move quickly on this. I understand we've already actually given the go-ahead.
We've given the go-ahead at least to order the materials. We've told them that they wouldn't get permission to kind of start the project till after tonight, but we knew that timing-wise, we had to get the materials ordered. So we've somewhat done that. We've also, Jim has submitted the permits to the DEQ, and then I believe the Road Commission has worked with Jim to kind of grant that under the Meadow Lodge permit.
Good, good. Okay, anything else? Being that, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion does pass. Our final item, item number 3, is consideration of Tifa board resignation. Mr. City Manager?
Council is scheduled to consider accepting the resignation from Karen Ellis from the Tax Increment Finance Authority. In her email, Ms. Ellis indicated that she is resigning due to personal reasons.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
I move to accept the resignation of Karen Ellis with regret from the Tifa board.
Support.
Motion's been made and supported. Any discussion? Being not, all in favor of the motion, signify by saying aye. Aye. Against? Motion does pass. Moving on to city manager's comments, sir.
We anticipate tomorrow, actually, a representative from Comcast coming out to City Hall to take a look at where a possible head-in could come in for
Right.
the channel.
Good news.
They want to do that first so that when we sit down later this month with the new community liaison, we'll have some numbers to talk about on that. And so we had originally thought we'd be meeting with her first, and she thought it'd be more productive to have the site visit come out. And so Jason will be meeting with someone from Comcast tomorrow. The bid opening on the 3 houses that the city owns on Park Street is tomorrow morning at 10:30. So we should have an idea of how much that project will be and be able to move forward with that. And then I got word from Henry Ford that they'll be doing some type of groundbreaking ceremony on July 20th at noon. I'll get more information to council on that, but just wanted to give you a heads up so you can kind of mark it down on your calendars. Again, July 20th at noon, there'll be some type of groundbreaking ceremony for the new Henry Ford office complex. And just a reminder that this Friday I'll be off, and I'll be out of town on Friday and Saturday.
Very good. Moving on, council comments. Michael?
I just want to say that it was a great Memorial Day weekend that we had here in town, and had some participation from the council for the parade. It was really good. And then hats off to the mayor's son-in-law, Jeff Churchill, for doing a great speech and discussion, and being there. It was really, really moving. So thank you.
Thank you. Dennis?
I just want to congratulate all the spring sports programs, the normal catch everybody up on the school activities. I know there's been a lot of activity. I know the baseball had their, 19th or 20th league championship in a row or something like that?
17th in a row, but
17th in a row.
20th.
20th, yes,
Yeah.
that's what it was. And I know girls softball were district champions, and I know soccer had quite the season, came up a little short in their district, but, and all the other teams. But great to be a Blue Devil this year again, and
Yeah,
hopefully everybody comes out and supports through the summer, too.
absolutely. Very good. Jeff?
I too want to compliment your son-in-law. It was very heartfelt. It touched, I think, everyone to understand what he, went through. So it was very appropriate. So again, my compliments. He had shared he wasn't didn't feel much the public speaker, and I think he did a very good job.
Yes, I thought he did too. Said he was running for senator, so.
I thought he said he was going to run for mayor.
Yeah. Well, as the day went on, he went higher,
just
much
kept,
higher up.
Yeah. Still not as long as your speeches, but
Yeah. Thank you very much.
I'm just joking.
Just wait.
I'm just joking, Mr. Mayor. And want to compliment Mariachis on their Veterans Remembrance concert that same weekend. I think hopefully we started a new tradition there, because I think it was a very nice and it was appropriate. I think they pretty much filled Mariachis. Representative Candace Miller came, Commissioner Don Brown. So it was a nice local veteran got an award from her. So it was. I hope they continue this, because I think it was a very appropriate kind of continued Memorial Day being about our veterans. As you've said in the past, Mr. Mayor, that we've always tried to keep our Memorial Day about the veterans, and remember, it's not a weekend off, it's about our veterans. So I think they really kind of dovetailed on that. And the Pound Road Report, my daughter's becoming a reporter, my 2-year-old. So the Pound Road Report, we might start our own blog, which started off with the machine is eating the road. So about half the road is tore up, ground down for the water main to go in. And pipes in the front yard is our other report, because we have a whole stack of pipes. And so we might start our own blog of reports of what's going on Pound Road, because she is just looking out the window all the time watching the activity. So it's, but in all seriousness, it's nice to see Pound Road moving forward and getting that done.
Very good.
Thank you.
Very good. John?
I have nothing.
Okay. Emily?
I would just like to congratulate the Richmond High School 2016 graduates. Went to the ceremony last Thursday. It was very nice and great to see so many graduates with big dreams ahead of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Jamie?
And I just want to concur with Mike and Jeff on that Jeff did a fantastic job, and really it was moving, the personal touch he added on how Memorial Day is about those who have sacrificed their lives, and I appreciate that he separated that from Veterans Day or from Armed Services Day, and he really focused on that because he's witnessed it firsthand, and he brought that special, like really drove it home as like an American, and I appreciate that, what he did. So thank you, Jeff.
Thank you. He appreciates those comments, too. We want to thank John Einen and the VFW again for hosting the ceremonies, and John and his staff for getting everything together. So we had a nice ceremony on Monday of Memorial Day. We can go through the calendar real quick here. Today being June 6th, we have a planning commission meeting on the 9th here at City Hall at 7 o'clock. Last day of school is the 10th. I believe possibly Wednesday, Thursday, Friday might be half days anyhow for the kids. So they'll be out and about. Again, summer's upon us, and watch those kids run around town this summer. The big tournament over at the Bailey in BB Park will be the Little League Blue Devil tournament. A lot of teams coming into town on Friday to play, and of course Saturday and Sunday. And we have a cable meeting on the 14th here at City Hall. That's also Flag Day. Again, try to remember to fly your flag. And if you don't have one, go buy one. It's a critical time in our country. We need to show the flag more often, I believe. Happy Father's Day to all those fathers on the 19th, and the next regular city council meeting will be here at City Hall at 7 o'clock on the 20th. There is a summer concert on the 23rd at 7 o'clock at the BB Street Pavilion. I have another thing here, and this is about the, June 23rd. It's called the New Horizon Band. This is put on by Senior Helpers. On July 28th, they will have the Double Brass Quartet. And on August 18th, they will have the Sentimental Journey Band. And this is all brought to you by Senior Helpers. They all start at 7 o'clock in BB Street Park in the pavilion. As far as I know, it's still being held under the pavilion.
Correct.
So that's free music, and we thank Senior Helpers for bringing those concerts to the city. We had the passing of Doug Penzine this past week. Doug was Grand Marshal in 2009 for good old days, and rightly so. What he gave to this community was basically his soul from the time he was old enough to almost walk. He'd been with the Good Old Days Festival for 53 years, was still instrumental in helping run the Good Old Days Festival. Planning Commission for, was it?
I think late 70s.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're looking at almost 40 years on Planning Commission. God, so many things. I mean, the list goes on and on and on, and never asked for anything in return. Outstanding person. Doug was Doug, and we all had a lot of fun over the years also. And he was a character at times besides. But there's a lot of things that Doug did as a friend of his that he never told the public. And you can only hope that we have more people like Doug Penzine in the future. So if we owe him at least a moment of silence before we adjourn this meeting tonight. So and I guess I would ask for that moment of silence right now for Doug Penzine. Rest in peace. Is there a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Support.
What's been made and supported, all in favor of the motion signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Against? Motion passes. Thank you.
I'm a dog person.
I'm a cat person.
I'd say we're dog people.
I'm a dog person.
I'm a penguin person.
Go Penguin people!
We're penguin people.
We're penguin people!
And not just because we dress like them.
I'm a penguin person.
Hey guys, are we penguin people?
Yeah, we're penguin people.
I would definitely administer CPR to a penguin.
But do penguins eat conies?
Requesting backup for more penguin people.
We love penguins!
The Polk Penguin Conservation Center, now open at the Detroit Zoo.